Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's Amanda. Today I'm here to talk about Polish and Beauty Expo 2025. This is an annual event. It takes place in Tinley Park, Illinois. It is put on by Christy and the KB Shimmer team. They do a fantastic job of making sure everything is organized and running smoothly and efficiently. And as far as I know, there are never any hiccups or issues. They do a fantastic job. I can only imagine how much work that is. And as far as I know, everything runs very, very smoothly. This is my third or fourth year attending. I don't really know. And as you probably have noticed just by watching my channel, I just have not been wearing as much nail polish lately for whatever reason. So I really was not planning on purchasing a lot of things, but there are people that I see every year at PBE and I love seeing them and just checking in with them in person, even if it's just for a few minutes. It's just a nice time to check in with people and talk about nail polish, but honestly, we don't really talk about nail polish. We just try to catch up a little bit. So I really had no intention on buying much. I knew I was going to buy more at the Danglefoot table because I love Danglefoot nail polish, but that was really the only table that I said I have to go there. Not because I didn't want to look at anything else, but I just knew I didn't need as much. Of course, I bought more than I thought I was going to, but not too much more. I will have the Polish and Beauty Expo website listed in my description box, as well as the Facebook group. But if you have watched any of my nail polish videos, or especially my indie nail polish videos, most of those this year were swatching polishes that I purchased at PBE last year. I'm not sure if the location for the 2026 convention has been announced yet. I assume it's going to be at the same location. It seems to be very centrally located for most of the people who want to attend. It's not dead center in the middle of the country, but it's, very Midwest. And I know that Christy does not want to move out of the Midwest as far as locations. So I would be very surprised if it is in a different location next year, but that would also be fun too. So all of that will be listed in the description box. Tickets usually go on sale in December for the next year's event, but we're not here for next year. We're talking about this year. I never get a chance to purchase any of the polish making tickets, polish making classes. Those sell out instantly. And so I've never gotten to purchase one of those, but I did get to purchase the meet and greet ticket this year, which is the event that takes place on Saturday night. All of the vendors have a display on a dedicated table. You get an idea as to what you're going to see on Sunday during the shopping portion. There's a buffet of food and you can get drinks, and that's just like the chatty portion. I feel like everyone thinks that portion needs to be longer because the 2 hours goes by so quickly. I don't know if it can be made longer. A lot of the vendors host giveaways if you stop by their table. I got a giveaway from the Victorian Varnish table. I got a lei. Tammy said, pick a treasure chest. I won a free nail polish and a little pin for my pin board. Victorian Varnish pin. And then this polish, which happens to match my eyeshadow at the time. By the way, I took 2 pictures the entire weekend. I took a picture of my favorite, Jackie, and Jill at Glisten and Glow. Those are the only 2 pictures I took the entire weekend. Didn't take a picture of my outfit. I didn't take a picture of my nails. I got laid for free at PBE. So this happened to match my eyeshadow. There's a really pretty green shift in here, which you cannot see, but kind of made me laugh, and then that's also what the lei is for. And then at the end of the meet and greet, everyone gets a little color changing cup and a polish. This year's polish is called Tinley Meet Again. This is from KB Shimmer, who I'm pretty sure I said is the host and organizer of the event. This is a really beautiful blurple shimmer. It looks very blue on camera. Hopefully you can't see that. This is one of those colors that's impossible to photograph, but they are so beautiful. It looks more purple in person and more blue on camera. A blurple. I didn't get a VIP ticket. I got a general admission ticket. That was this bag and a few polishes in the bag. So this little goodie bag. This little cat paw is a magnet. There's a pin and a pop can opener. And there was a sticker, but my daughter took that already. And then there were 4 polishes in the bag. So the first is from Lurid Lacquer, which is not a brand I'm not even sure if I've ever heard of this brand. I am really out of it as far as indie nail polish news. I felt like a fraud even attending. But this is such a beautiful chartreuse green with the strongest violet shift. And then there's, can you see, there's also sort of a golden shift to this. This is so cool. I cannot wait to wear this. This is called the Prairie State. And this was in, like I said, the general admission bag. Then we got one from Crystal Knockout Lacquer. This is called You're a Riot. And this is a really pretty light purple with a pinky shimmer. If you can hear the dog yelling, he's playing downstairs. And then we have one from Glisten and Glow. This is called Mint to Be in Tinley Park. And this is a teal with a bright pink glitter and also an orange glitter, looks like. And then like a tiny gold shimmer. This is giving old school indie vibes. Kind of love that. And then this from Garden Path Lacquer is called Golden Hour in the Garden. And this is simply glorious. A Dijon mustard holographic polish with a red shimmer. And I cannot wait to try this. This looks fabulous. There's also a little book in here that features all of the vendors. A lot of them offer coupon codes for purchasing later or after the show. So I'm gonna hang on to that. Okay, the first table that I went to was Pinnacle Polish. Let me back up. In the past, the past 2 years, I believe, maybe 3 years, 2 or 3, I've gotten in as press, which you get in before everyone else, and to take your pictures and all of that. And then, you know, you're already in there when VIP opens up, and then general admission. This year I was general admission because I was not selected to go as press, which I totally get. I'm just explaining. Yeah, stuff was really running low as I made my way down the aisle. So the first table that I wanted to stop at was Pinnacle Polish. I really enjoy her polishes a lot. She has she had a really cute Polish and Beauty Expo, EGGSPO collection, and the swatches were done on like fake, like ceramic eggs. It was so cute. It was so cute. And then she has a really beautiful National Parks collection. So I brought 2 from her Expo collection. The first is called Sunny Side Up, and it's this beautiful yellow with black flakies and silver holographic glitter. I love yellow nail polish so much. And then the other is called That's That Me Espresso. And this is a brown with black flakies and holographic glitter. And actually, because that's a little bit out of focus, it's showing the hollow even better. I just thought that was so cute. And then I did buy one from her National Parks collection. This is called Grand Canyon. And it is the most beautiful, like slate blue with gold shifty flakies, I believe. I can't tell what else is in here. It looks so pretty. And she was passing out stickers too. Let me see, what do we have here? Enjoy the Journey with little boots and some Pinnacle Polish stickers. There were more, but my daughter and my niece took them. So I also stopped at Cupcake Polish, and again, she had little stickers. This one is super cute, little skyline with the bottles and the little cupcake. And then this looks like a Polly Pocket. And I bought 3 from her. Oh my. First that I snagged was Dream House Doll. And this is, I believe, from a Barbie collection. That's just a fabulously, shockingly bright pink shimmer. Then I saw Disco Dust. The other thing about Polish and Beauty Expo is the lighting is fantastic for making every single polish look amazing. It's so good. So that didn't really help because all of the polishes looked extra amazing in this fabulous lighting. But this is a gold holographic glitter with, it looks like there's iridescent flakies in here too of some kind. I can't really tell, but look at that. And then the last one that I purchased is called Spellbound. Oh, this like rusty Dijon brown with a red shift. That description makes no sense, but it looked incredible. I bought one from 1422. I love a Michigan Indies, you know that. And this is called Glowing Petunia, and this is a glow in the dark. It's a bright coral, like I would say this is very orangey coral. Not as orange as it's looking on camera, but it's like orangey coral more than coral pink. And there are all sorts of shifty flakies and shimmer in this polish, and then it also glows in the dark. I haven't swatched it yet, and glow in the dark is not really a huge selling feature to me, but I loved this color on its own, so I thought, well, that's fine. She also had a little sticker that said, "But first, nails." So cute. Two from Rogue Lacquer. The first is called The Bear. This is part of their PBE small batch. This is just chock full of rainbow iridescent black flakies. I don't even know if this is in what kind of base this is in. I didn't look. Kind of like a tinted gray base maybe. It just looked incredible. And Rogue's flakies, I say this every time I talk about Rogue Lacquer. I don't know what it is about their flakies, but they look like they are actually lit up. I don't know what kind they're using, but they look incredible. And then her doorbuster was called It's Still Fine, which worked out perfectly because the polish that I was wearing was Rogue Lacquer's It's Fine from last year's doorbuster. I might have a picture of that. I might. But I also put a Rogue metal crackle over it, and I don't have a picture of that. Okay, this is a beautiful chartreuse Crelly packed with black flakies, gold, orange, shifty, I don't know. I have one from Garden Path Lacquers. They're even out a little bag when you purchase that had a little pin in it. And coupon code, you could scratch to reveal either a discount code or some people are getting a free polish. I have a discount code. And then some stickers. That's a really cute sticker. A little keyhole, and then the little moon and clouds. But the polish that I purchased is called We Never Lie About Bunnies Bunny, and this is a polish pickup rewind for the month of July. I don't know what that's from, but it's a bright pink with a really strong green gold shimmer, and it looks real nice under those lights, and I cannot wait to wear that. I don't know why I was feeling so much pink. I'm not usually like a pink person. There I was. I have 3 from Glisten and Glow. They have an Animal Adventures series, and I bought 3. I thought my daughter would like these because they have really cute names. She didn't seem to care as much as I thought she would. I also bought her this Barbie pink from Cupcake thinking she would be stoked about it, and she was like, oh, yeah, cool. I tried. And these are kind of along that same vein of like old school Crellys with matte glitter. I love so much. This one is called Kiki the Koala, and it's a gray with purple and pink and black glitters. And then we have Ursuline the Unicorn, and this is purple with orange and white and pink, and pink circle glitters. I think they're a little bit smaller. And then blue hex glitters and white and black micro shimmer. So fun. I'm so excited for like old school color. Last one is called Allie the Axolotl. And this is a pink with green circle glitter, pink hex glitters, and then micro yellow glitters, and there's a green in there, and I can't tell if it's a bar glitter or a micro glitter. I think it's a micro glitter. Super cute. I bought 3 from Bluebird Lacquer. She had an entire bird pun collection with pastel multi-chrome shimmers. Okay, it took a lot of willpower to not buy all of those, but I didn't. I just bought 2. And so we have 0 clicks given. This beautiful blue that is shifting all sorts of colors and just looks blue on camera, but you know how multi-chromes work. This one is called Macaw Me Maybe. And this is a green to pink to maybe blue. I can't tell. It's very shifty, very shimmery. I love that. And then this one is called Kind of a Big Dill. She had a whole rainbow Crelly with silver holographic bar glitters. I feel like bar glitters got a bad rap back in the day. We certainly know more things about how to formulate kind of weird ingredients. I think bar glitter was just a weird ingredient in the time. So I have really high hopes for this because, well, first of all, look at it. And I mean, there's so much bar glitter in this. Oh my gosh, it's gonna look so pretty. I also have 4 from by Danny Piana. She is so sweet. I just love her. She does a lot of art inspired polishes, and I know nothing about art other than like I can look at a painting and go, yeah, that's pretty. I don't know anything about art. She was, I believe, the last table that I purchased from. So I said, okay, I can only buy 3. Like I can't get as many as I would like. So I believe this was an event exclusive. It's called Lavender Fields, and it's a sheer shimmery base with like a blue flash, and then there's lavender colored circle glitters in assorted sizes, and then tiny lavender hex glitters. This is also flash reflective. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. This is a PBE exclusive, so maybe the Lavender Fields wasn't. This one says that it is. This one's called Science and Art, and this is a magnetic, a metallic champagne color with, you know, the magnetic pull. And then we have Tiffany lamps. This is a PBE exclusive, and I don't know what this symbol means. She puts little stickers on the side that say magnetic or reflective. I'm not really sure what this one means. Oh my gosh. This is packed full of green, purple, blue, pink, shifty flakies. That must mean that it's a topper. I'll have to look that up, see if it's on our website, because I don't know what that sticker means, but I appreciate that it's marking it. And then this was the gift with purchase. This is called Begonia Maculata. Probably saying that wrong. And it's a green jelly with white circle glitters. Pond manicures built in, you know? Gosh, do you remember? I feel like Pond manicures had a chokehold on the nail community for a while. I actually still love a Pond manicure. I literally mentioned it to my daughter today. Hey, you could use these and do a Pond manicure. And she was like, what does that mean? And I told her. Oh, I forgot to mention at the Glisten and Glow booth, she was playing Plinko, so you could win a prize, and I won a multi-chrome cuticle pusher. I set it next to the polishes, and then I just forgot to talk about it. Okay, and so then the Danglefoot table. I knew going in I was going to spend the most at Danglefoot. They were what I had my eye on. I knew I was going to buy the Marvel vs. DC collection. I always love their doorbusters because they're always New Girl inspired. Because Haley, the owner of Danglefoot, loves New Girl, which is, she should. It's a fantastic show. So I knew I was going to spend the most there. The first polish I picked up, because they had a long line. I had to wait in line. The first polish I picked up is called Castle of Glass, and this is a silver holographic crackle. There was no question that was coming home with me. And then I grabbed this topper called Bifrost. I just think that my lights are not doing justice to this. And then their doorbuster was called Winnie the Bish, which is a New Girl reference. It's fantastic. And this is beautiful blue with silver flakies. And then I grabbed the Marvel vs. DC collection. Hi y'all, I'm Miss Minutes. This is a pinky peachy color with a really strong shift and I believe reflective glitter. And then we have Protector of the Deep. This is a red with a blue shift. There's more happening here, but like, and then reflective glitter, you can see that there. Then we have Speed Force. This is a taupe with a red shift, red to orange, like red to green shift. We have Succumb to the Fear. This is a thermal, which will never work on me because I have ice hands, but this color green is fantastic. It's a dark green and there's a blue shift to it, and then there are also flakies in here. And then Flame On. This is like an ultra multi-chrome. You can't even tell in this video. Then we have I Am Inevitable, and this is another like extreme multi-chrome, shifting to every color more than you're seeing. Mutant and Proud. This is a really beautiful teal. I believe that's reflective glitter. And then this last one is called Mr. Loser, which is like only reflective, I think. It's dark and there's a red shift and a ton of green reflective glitter. I think this is going to be impossibly beautiful, and it looked spectacular under the lights. Oh, and they also had candy they were putting in the bag, which I'm going to eat as soon as this video is done. So that was my Polish and Beauty Expo haul. Nail swatches will be coming. Since we have this fabulous bookcase here now, I don't have a place to do my nails, and I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, but it's like really annoying to find a spot to do my nails. So I'm trying. Because I do have a few other things to swatch as well. If you guys went to PPE, please tell me what you purchased. If you took a picture with me, could you please DM it to me on Instagram, because I am a loser. And like I said, I took 2 pictures that I already put up. That's the only pictures that I took. So I think a few people did take pictures with me. Thank you so much. Please DM the picture to me so I can have it. Because you would think social media was like at the forefront of my mind, but it's not. So I just don't have any pictures. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would love to know what you purchased. If you didn't get to attend this year, there's always next year. There are all sorts of price tiers for admission, all sorts of price points to get in. I've got to get to swatching and figure out what I want to wear first. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.